My name is Nida and I am Palestinian. I live on Ohlone lands in Oakland, California. I am a Palestinian activist, artist, educator, doing anything I can for the liberation of my homeland. Thank you to the UC People's Tribunal for Palestine for inviting me and fellow Palestinians to share our testimonies today. I will share my testimony with a chant separating each experience, reminding myself and all of us that even through the horror, Palestine will be free. وهي فلسطين حرية. Refugee camps, kids playing in front of the house, dust everywhere, scrappy clothes, barefoot cousins. Imagine the screams sharply stop our play while we watch in horror a veiled mother running barefoot after an Israeli jeep, yelling, "Waqfu! Waqfu! Walad صغير!" Stop, stop, he's only a little boy. The jeep does stop, and she's able to grab a hold of it, only for them to keep driving and dragging her body along with them, wailing for her son. Hey, فلسطين حرية. Military curfew, we can't go outside, we can't go outside, we can't go outside. With broken crayons, we color Palestinian flags on white-lined notebook paper. We check if the coast is clear, and I run downstairs, sneak out of the house onto the sidewalk, and staple our notebook flags onto the poles. Imagine moments later, my brother and I watch through the window of our balcony. Israeli soldiers walking down the street. One of them stops at the pole, takes out a cigarette, lights it and inhales, and then lights our flag on fire. My brother has already started coloring the next flag. Hey, فلسطين حرية. On a quiet day in Mukhayyam Shahfat refugee camp, peaceful and sweet with the warm aromas of my grandmother's cooking, my uncle outside working, my cousins and I watching TV. Imagine too soon the tear gas stabs through the sweetness of our day. My city, my cousins and I run to close all the windows, and then too late, we realize that one of the canisters are inside the house. The canister is inside the house. Out of nowhere, my khalo appears, grabs me and my two other cousins, and hanging from his neck, from his back, and from his arms, he held us outside of a window so we could breathe, while my grandmother held on to his waist to weigh him down. Hey, من المية للمية. Hey, فلسطين حرية. My father was a freeborn Palestinian man. He died occupied. I must have been 8 or 9 when my father took me with him in his blue Peugeot pickup truck. He spoke about his mother on the ride, telling me how much she would have loved me if she was still on this side. He parked on a side of a cliff. There were stunning views of a village, ruins just frozen stiff. And then he said, "Yallah, let's go. Let's go and look at this." He pointed at the village and said, "That's where I was born. Right there, that house is yours." Hey, من المية للمية. Hey, فلسطين حرية. Kids sneak out of school with rocks in their pockets to join the bigger kids outside in defense of our homeland. Imagine 15 years old screaming as a rock flew at a tank ahead, not knowing if it ever reached, but knowing that was all I had left. The Zionist occupation shooting rubber-coated steel bullets, and my classmate Muhammad with the green hazel eyes pushed me onto the ground and laid his body on top of mine. I then felt the vibration of every steel-coated bullet that hit his body. Hey, من المية للمية. Hey, فلسطين حرية. A 6-year-old is typically old enough to walk to the bakery, neighborhood bakery in Palestine. Imagine the baker asks 6-year-old me, "What's your name?" And I proudly say, "Nida." He asks me if I was Muslim or Christian. And I didn't know. The men in the bakery wholeheartedly laughed. And I took the bread back home, returning with tears in my eyes. I shamefully tell my father what happened, and he gently held me and said, "If anyone ever asks you that again, you tell them, I am Palestinian." Hey, from the river to the sea. Hey, Palestine will be free.